What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Sports Gambling Daily. I got the crew here. The band is back together. I got Joe and I got Philly fan. What's up, brother?
How are you guys?
What's
Hey,
up,
what's up?
Joe?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man, just chilling. Here in H Town, we got Brandon Cooks coming to H Town. So I don't know. I feel a little bit better about everything now. Still no D Hop, but it's not so bad anymore.
But you still
Yeah.
have Bill O'Brien, though.
We still have
Yeah,
Bill
yeah.
O'Brien. I mean, look, we're not going to get rid of that. That's like having stage 4 cancer, man. You're just not going to get rid of it overnight. So
In a weird way, not that it's exactly the same, but it just reminds me of the destruction that Chip Kelly had with the Eagles. Like, come in, thinks the guy thinks he knows everything, and just
Yeah.
but that Hopkins gets traded away for like a can of like tuna fish. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
So let me ask you: when Chip Kelly came to Philly,
Yeah.
you had to be
Yeah.
excited when he got there, before his first game, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, the lore. I didn't know a whole lot about him, but obviously the lore of what he did in college and like the trickery and all.
Mhm.
And when he first came in, he had some success with it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, his first year they went 10-6. They played well, but then people figured out the scheme, and he never figured out how to like combat that. And then he decided to get rid of Shady McCoy in his prime. He traded
remember
away
that.
Jeremy Maclin. Then he
Yep.
started saying Deshaun Jackson had ties to like gangs, which never ever came to be even true. The whole thing was bullcrap. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But you know what, man? He tore the team down, but ultimately, I would take all of that, knowing that we got the title in 17, because maybe none of that happens.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Probably that happens. True.
I
Chip
remember.
Kelly's amazing.
I remember the very first game. At least
Yeah.
I think I do. I'm pretty sure it was versus the Redskins.
It was a Monday night game.
And
Yeah,
I remember I was listening to it on the radio. It was on XM
Yeah.
radio, and I think I was like in Illinois of all places when that game happened, and they were saying, "Oh man, I can't believe how fast paced this offense
Yeah.
is. They're running no huddle. They're running like 70 plays. What a record, And I was excited for the Eagles. I thought it was a lot of fun.
it was.
They were ripping and running back then.
Well, yeah, and then Michael Vick had like that tremendous year, or the first half a year where he was like he was unbelievable. So
Mhm.
Wow.
I don't know, it was amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, but then like it just became, they figured out how to stop it, and it was like ugly from that point. And they gave him the GM position, and he didn't really deserve that either. And then he got rid of everybody. He started bringing in, people from Oregon and running this stupid system. And like,
So,
what the hell's going on?
Wait a minute. This is the exact same story I'm living here.
It's exactly what I'm saying, man. Exactly right. You are. Bill O'Brien can't get out of his own way.
Yeah. So
Too
what's up
bad.
with you, Joe, man? I know you're chomping at the bit to talk about sports.
Yeah, no, I'm just I'm waiting for baseball. Actually, I think baseball is going to be the one that's going to come back. I mean, the way they're talking about it in the news and the media, I think baseball might be very doable come May.
I
You know,
hope so.
I mean, I think what UFC being canceled, kind of a bad sign. 249. So although Dana White was ready to go with his athletes, they were interviewing, but he said,
Yeah, what happened with that?
from what the story says on ESPN and all over, that the higher ups at Disney basically told him not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Dana White doesn't really hold any punches, so maybe because he said he was ready. He says he was ready. His athletes were ready.
Yeah.
I mean,
That fight was supposed to be at an Indian reservation, I believe.
Indian reservation out here in California, yeah. So it was,
That's unbelievable.
I think I can see why they don't want the public backlash. Like, oh my God, you guys put on an event while there's quarantine, even though it's on the sovereign land of Indian reservation. But ESPN all of a sudden endorsing it by airing it, so I'm sure their public relations people were like, we don't want to be that company, So,
Yeah, you're probably right. That was probably it. They didn't want to, get the while people are dying still, and it's but I don't know. I kind of disagree. The country needs something to cheer right now. I mean, if anything, I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, they got horses still running, so I mean, come on, But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But that kind of stinks. I was looking forward to that. They had a good card too, full card. Some good fights, but. It's done now, So
Yeah,
now,
he said Fight Island is still on though.
Yeah, he did say that. Fight Island, yeah, that's gonna be cool.
People were talking like that's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
That's the whole.
Yeah, it's like get there, like fight there, the fight cage. Yeah, that should be cool if it happens. But you got the NFL draft. I think that's still gonna take place, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be
Sounds
that.
that way.
That's probably gonna be the highlight of our sports.
Whoa! Don't forget, man. We got this horse tournament coming up. Have you seen this?
Oh yeah, horse tournament.
Unbelievable.
Don't act like you're disappointed. We're already starting to break down the first round.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, horse.
So we got 8 players. Philly. Trae Young versus Chauncey Billups is round 1. And then you probably know a little bit about Tamika Catchings since you're a WNBA savant. Versus Mike Conley.
Really?
Yeah. And then, Mike Conley's having a pretty down year, so Tamika might be a dark horse there. And then Zach LaVine, which is my personal favorite for this whole thing. Zach LaVine versus Paul Pierce. That's going to be a pretty good matchup. And then Chris Paul versus Allie Quigley of the WNBA.
When the hell is this?
When is it?
Yeah.
It's
April 16th.
April 12th.
Oh, really? It says games will. It says April 16th. You have the first April 12th?
Round is April 12th.
Yeah, you're right. April 12th. Yeah, all the way.
So what my understanding is that they're each in their own individual home gym. Is that what it is?
Yes.
And so Paul Pierce will take a shot in his home gym, and if he hits it, then the guy he's playing has to shoot the same shot in his home gym.
Correct.
Oh my Lord!
Now there is a caveat to it because Zach LaVine wins this hands down if dunking is allowed, but dunking is not prohibited. So, or dunking is prohibited. So, it's basically just horse. You already know how that game goes. So, you have to explain your shot, and you can't explain your shot and then you bank it in. It doesn't count unless you call it bank. So,
if Trae Young can add in some of his crazy off the ball dribbling before he takes a shot, that could be interesting. He's got some sick handle.
Do you think this is a question for both of y'all? Do y'all think Chauncey Billups is an NBA legend?
Legend?
Yeah. Would you qualify him as a NBA legend?
No, I think he was a really solid basketball player.
Yeah, he was good, but I don't think it's a legend. But
not a legend.
That's how they're billing it. Trae Young versus NBA legend Chauncey Billups.
Yeah. Well, he won a championship. He had a really good career, but no, not a legend.
What about Paul Pierce?
I like Paul Pierce.
Yeah, more a legend than Chauncey Billups.
Sure,
but I don't even know if I consider Paul Pierce a legend.
Yeah.
What about Tamika? They're also saying she's a WNBA legend.
She's really good. I mean, she's one of the top players. If you said to me, Trae Young is playing, Charles Barkley legend, I'll buy that.
100%.
Right? So
yeah, I mean, he played for Houston, of course.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that's right. That's true.
I wonder if these were the last choices or first choices. I mean, the only star really? Trae Young? I guess that contemporaries wise. I mean, what could it?
Zach LaVine.
Well, yeah, that's true. LeBron couldn't take time out of his schedule. Maybe.
No, he's too busy making TikToks with his family. I had to unfollow him today.
I can't do it, bro. Fucking TikTok. Oh, excuse my language, YouTube. I
apologize.
Already a bad. You see that?
Yeah. So anyway, we have what was I going to say? Russell Westbrook wanted to be a part of it, but for whatever reason, he wasn't part of it. So they told Brody no.
They said no.
They're like, no, we're good.
They probably thought he was going to hit somebody or something, scream at somebody. Yeah. I got fouled.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, forget that.
They're lucky James Harden's not a part of this.
Yeah, because all he does is step backs.
That and foul shots.
Yeah. Who's going to be broadcasting? Is that ESPN?
Yeah, ESPN, of course. Yeah, of course. The sports leader.
So they'll do a game of horse, but not let UFC. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I think that's just a public perception thing. Horse is considered more of a social distancing.
Yeah, well, they're not leaving their house either.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I mean, but
they're not touching each other. They're not,
Yeah.
If you can, in theory, stand in a room and I can stand in my house and we can fight each other, then we can virtual fighting.
Who's going to film it? There has to be some ESPN crews there, right? Assuming.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah. Nobody cares about the people behind the camera, just in front of them.
Well,
Hey,
my assumption would be they'd have to be tested, and then they would probably have to be like a certain distance away in order to film it. Whatever, 6 feet.
Probably got mask on and everything.
Yeah.
Else.
Well, maybe they just could they do it with their own like setup with like Zoom or something, or like
Maybe.
I mean, yeah, but come on, for that to be a quality and broadcasted, and they're gonna make money off it. Obviously, they're gonna have some technical support there from the network. They're not gonna let Chauncey Phillips put up his tripod and film it. I mean, come on, come on, I mean, really? That's why I was asking. It's like it doesn't. I don't know, but you're right. Though it's just crazy.
I can tell you right now. ESPN doesn't care. They need something going on because now they're showing video games on the whatever it's called, the crawl. Like the what's that shit called? Like
the ticker.
Yeah, the ticker. So I'm seeing NBA 2K information stuff I don't care about, and then apparently Stephon Diggs has a burger named after him and Buffalo. I'm like, this is not news, but they are just hungry. I mean, I don't know if you've listened to sports radio lately, but it's rough.
Yeah.
You would think this is going to be good TV. I mean, I get it's something to watch,
it's
but
just TV, bro.
Yeah,
exactly. So,
are they having odds on this?
I'm sure they do. I haven't looked. Let me look. Let me pull it up right now. Wow.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't be betting this though. That's.
Are you kidding me? This is Zach Levine all day, man.
I'm gonna protest this, not even watch it.
Hey, speaking of betting, did you see the controversy between the Kevin Durant versus Derek Jones Jr. 2K match?
No, what happened?
So Kevin Durant was ranked. It was the number 1 seed, and Derek Jones Jr. was ranked number 16. So obviously KD was a big favorite, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess somehow, some way, this match was filmed like 2 hours before they aired it, and they were still having odds on these like Bet Online, and people knew the results. Some people actually knew the results.
Oh,
and
really?
They started just pounding Derek Jones Jr. at like really good plus money, and then so they just got crushed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's crazy. So the books honor those bets or what?
Oh, that I don't know. Doubtful, but you know how they are.
Yeah, they probably got out of it somehow.
They thought it was weird because nobody was putting money. There was like no money coming in on KD. Yeah, and by the time the match started on ESPN, I'm pretty sure Derek Jones Jr. went from like a pretty heavy underdog to a small favorite.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh well,
it's actually funny.
Okay, so we do have a horse competition odds. So here we go. Well, before I break them down, who do y'all think will win if you had to choose ahead of time? Like,
I'm gonna go with the female here, and I'm gonna just because I'm gonna go with Tamika.
What about you, Philly?
I think Trae Young's got a shot to win that.
All right. Well, I like Zach Levine. Trae Young is plus 200. He's the odds-on favorite to win.
Oh, okay.
Chris Paul plus 250. Mike Conley Jr. 300. Paul Pierce 400. Zach Levine 500. Chauncey Billups 600. Allie Quigley 800, and Tamika Catching at 10-1.
I'll take that. I'll take that 10-1. Take that. Take the underdog. Yeah. I mean, Trae Young seems too much of an easy choice, though. I don't know. Somehow, if you believe there's some rigging going to be here, they want to. I don't know. Who knows?
So Tamika is plus 300 versus Mike Conley Jr.
T-Boy win that.
Yeah, that's that. There you go. That's not a bad bet. That's not a bad bet. What do you think about this thing? I was talking to one of our members, or I guess ex-member or members of our Discord, because everybody's kind of just taking a hiatus. But Richie Rich, shout out to Richie Rich. And we were talking about baseball last night. We had a good conversation about, baseball. I actually called him on the phone. We did like this feels like old school back in the day. Let me call someone on the phone. No texting, on the phone. And he was saying about about the MLB, which I think is a good when the MLB, if it does come back first or whatever, look for a lot of overs, which I agree. Him being a former pitcher, the pitcher's going to be out of rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you follow baseball, pitchers need to be in game situations to keep their rhythm going. They're just going to just jump right in and start pitching. So it's going to be an offensive game, you know, and we're talking about. So I'm going to look for betting overs when the MLB starts for sure. I mean, batters are just going to, because you know, batters right now are at home and their batting cage just wailing away. Although it's also timing, but the pitcher is going to, in my opinion, and his opinion, we're saying the pitchers are going to have a little hard time getting right back into the rhythm of things.
I don't disagree, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's just a little tidbit for people that are watching about sports. And so
I was excited about baseball because I thought this was going to be the year that the unders were going to come back because of the cheating. It was going to be on the hiatus this year. But, I mean, that's what I was thinking. But I agree with you. I agree with this, though. I think the pitchers are going to be out of sync, and I could see that completely. Overs may be the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean,
sloppy fielding, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. That's another. But yeah, for sure. I mean, overs are a way to go on with all these baseball. But yeah, I mean, hopefully when it comes back, you know, because the people are going to be betting. I mean, I can imagine what the lines are going to be like once you can bet. Everyone's going to be betting. I mean, like if you're only going to have baseball, everybody's going to be watching baseball and betting it, which is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's like imagine how many degenerates are still out there in the world already. So but that should be good. You know, get some good plus money on some underdogs.
Yeah, who'd y'all's well, let's look at this thing. I'm looking at the odds to win we'll go National League. So we got the Dodgers at plus 140. But if you like the Phillies, 12-1. So they're saying Tamika has a better chance of winning this horse competition than the Phillies have of winning the pennant.
That may be true.
I gotta agree with that one. Yeah, that's gonna be the Mets division, I think.
Wow, really? We get the Mets at 10-1 right now.
I think the Mets. I mean, they should.
I'm talking about the pennant, not the division. But
you think about that? Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think the Nats are gonna bounce back like everybody thinks here. I think they're gonna have a little bit of off year.
Right.
You know, kind of the World Series blues, and they lost some. But their third base, I don't know. But I just think last year I really liked that. I was going through last year's video, and man, I could have made a killing more if I would have bet more futures on the Nats. During the summertime, this time last year, I think Philly was on with us. We're talking about the Nats. I said, you got to get on the Nats. They were having that horrible losing streak, and then, they just came back like gangbusters second half.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just like money on the Nats all second half.
Yeah, they were killing it, no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, they were horrible at the beginning of the year. I mean, they were like just horrible. And, they started, a couple games I could remember clearly against our Marlins that I took the Marlins and they just slaughtered the Marlins in Miami. And it's just, they were like on a tear. They did their little dance in the dugout, the little home run dance with Juan Soto. I mean, it was just, it was great.
I hated that.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great betting.
The whole train bull crap.
Yeah. I know, nothing like banging on some drums and trash cans and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
whatever, man. That was in the past. Stop living in the past.
Yeah, I think the whole thing with the cheating scandal is going to be kind of taking the back seat now. No one's really going to care about it. They're just going to want to care about watching the game. You think they're really going to? Well, first of all, it's not going to be these people to boo. I mean, who's going to be in the stadiums at the beginning, right?
I think when fans get back, they will boo a little bit, but it will be nothing like it was going to be.
Yeah, for sure, but nothing like I mean, people are just going to be happy to be there watching a game live if whenever that happens. So but yeah, I mean, so that's lucky break for you, Jared. Your Astros get away with the asterisks and a COVID.
I mean, you guys wanted it. You wanted them suspended, so I mean they've been suspended for a while now.
Yeah, that is true.
So you got what y'all asked for. I blame everybody that. I blame all you guys for this suspension.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that they're really back. I wonder what's gonna happen with the All-Star game. The All-Star game was supposed to be in LA this year, so that I don't know what they're gonna do with that. So everything's kind of up in the air. That sucks.
Yeah.
At Dodger Stadium, All-Star game, they did a lot of renovations. I was gonna try to go to it, and now it's who knows. I mean, pretty much everything's gonna be like day to day now. Once they get, they're gonna have a schedule, but I think more than likely it's gonna be a shortened season, and then let's go with it.
Yeah, you never know. What do you think, Billy?
Yeah, it's kind of what I would assume. I mean, if they can get a season in, probably have it shortened some. But at some point, if it's not a certain amount of games, then what's the sense? I mean, you can't have a 40-game season. So, like, what do you need it to be like? Probably at least half the year?
Well, I was thinking, can they 60 games here? Can they still get 60 games in?
I mean, they're talking about if they come back, depending on how much time they have, they're going to do double headers every game, in seven inning games.
Yeah, I heard that. Right.
So
that'll be interesting. 7-inning games.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. From a gambling perspective, I think there's going to be incredible value betting against some of these top teams like the Yankees, the Astros, the Dodgers, and the Braves.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because they're gonna have to mix and match their players. There will probably be expanded rosters, and I think that there would be such good value, just like there is in the preseason. The betting public is just betting the Yankees because they're the Yankees. They're betting the Dodgers, the Astros because they're the best teams. But that squad that's on the field after like the second inning is nowhere close to the star power of the name. So that's why it's so good to bet preseason baseball. And I think this is going to lend that kind of possibility as well.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I got the Mariners jersey. I'm taking the Mariners to win the whole thing. And the Dodgers.
Mariners are plus 8,000, man. Go for it.
Dodgers, Mariners, World Series, baby. But yeah, I mean, so it's going to be good. I mean, again, just with all this stuff going on, I think people are just going to be happy. I mean, I know I will. I mean, the minute they announce baseball's back, that's it. I mean, it's just going to be like, whoa, it's like something to look forward. I mean, so imagine all the people too, like I said, that are going to be just ready to bet, watch. So I don't know about hockey. I'm not a big hockey fan per se, but NBA still has to be determined. Football has got so lucky because they might not really get affected at all, Jared, if you can believe that. They just might have the stadiums maybe a little less empty or be by then hopefully more testing where you come in the stadium. That would be ideal. Once you walk in the stadium, measure your temperature. If you're hot, get out. I mean, basically like a metal detector.
Right.
I mean, that would be ideal. And, maybe 15-minute tests. But to get to that, it'd be a little difficult.
One of the things I heard today is this coronavirus thing is probably never going to go away. That this will just be a seasonal thing where when they develop a vaccine, you'll just get that along with your flu shot.
Exactly.
And, that's just going to be an everyday part of life at that point.
Right.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what the flu is. I mean, when have we ever got rid of the flu? We always get, but I think people are going to be more. At least I will be more conscious touching stuff and. I don't know if I'll go out in public with my mask. Although it's kind of cool, wearing masks all the time. So I like it, maybe do that. But touching stuff for sure. But I mean, you kind of, not cool. But no, I mean, touching stuff, I really, like I said, I got my sanitizer. And it's just, I think that's made me aware more. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get it till I get the vaccine. That's my bet right now. So I'm trying to hedge.
I think I already got the virus, man. I was pretty sick there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe you did, and you're already immune. You got herd. We're building up the SGD herd immunity.
That's right. Yeah. So come on in here, sign up for the Discord, and you get free antibodies on me.
Yeah. your plasma. We could suck out your plasma and give it to people. And what do you think about that? I mean, not getting that technical, but plasma for people that have already recovered. That's pretty good. That's some people helping. Again, it's just all from what I see, just observing. It's a lot of red tape. I know we could do more, but it's just crazy how much this just got out of control without proper planning.
Yep.
I mean, really, if you think about it, good old U.S.
Nobody's gonna. Nobody could. I don't know. I don't really agree with that so much because.
Well, I'm talking in the time frame when it happened in China. I'm not gonna say, I knew that too, but the minute it happened in China, you can't trust those CCP, the Chinese government, Communist Party. Right away, you say, hey, something's fishy here, and would have went maybe on alert, maybe a little bit better, saved a couple weeks.
Here's the thing, without getting too into politics, I think that Donald Trump or anybody that would have been the president has to just go based on the information he had at that time. So and it's tough to make a decision where you're going to shut down the world, basically the United States economy. And I don't know. I mean, the fact that he shut down the travel to China when he did, that was a tough thing because he got bashed both ways. He got bashed. People saying, "What are you doing?" That's racist or whatever. And then some people said, doesn't make sense to do that. You're overreacting and. It's just, let me tell you something, man. Worst job in the world is president because there's nothing you can do that's right.
No doubt.
So
you could be a cheerleader like he is right now, so which I do agree. Cheer up the U.S.
Yeah.
And he's getting bashed for that. He's trying. What can he do? I mean, he's trying to be I guess like I said, the best he could do. Not being too political, but what can you do? I mean, either whatever you do, people are dying. So what can you do? I mean, and I mean, I just think he's being as positive as he can. I mean, you know the guy's not getting any sleep. I mean, you imagine him being him. You got the pressure of the whole world on you, basically. Yeah. I mean, you shut down the economy. People are dying. People are out of jobs. I think we just talked about this off the air. Think about people that can't make their rent. I mean, that's all on him. I mean, he could be callous, but I'm sure he's still like, oh man. Of course, with his re-election, pending too. He's thinking about that too.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of these, whatever they're called, these press conferences and
these task force.
I can tell you, man, when he goes off, when he starts ad-libbing, that's when he loses me. But if he just reads the speech that he has, it's great. And he can get in and get out, but then he goes off the rails and goes on a tangent and starts talking shit about this person or that person. And then
but we got to admit, it's funny though. Not funny. But I mean, honestly, I look at it, I laugh because he's so like he was on The Apprentice. He's just he's who he is. He just starts talking shit. Pardon my language. Starts talking smack. He'll start ad-libbing, and I sit here watching it, and I'm laughing. He's wait a minute, that's just a horrible question. He'll say, and I'm laughing. I mean, I just laugh because it's funny.
That's the best part is the questions, because people are like, oh, I mean, I was watching this one. He goes, that's just an awful question. Why would you ask it like that? That's such a negative way. And then he said. He's like, you're never going to make it in this industry. Like, I'm like,
yeah, he's all, yeah, I know. He's like, what paper are you with? Oh, now you're a different paper. Oh God, okay, yeah.
He's like, oh, that's fake news over there.
Sleepy, and he goes, I like when he goes, sleepy Joe Biden. Like he just cracks me up, dude. Like he's just like a normal. He'd be part of SGD, just talking crap in Vegas.
He literally, he's like a troll. He'll troll you. He tries to push your buttons a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, how could you blame him? But. Oh well, I mean, it's just you're right. It's funny though, but I mean, hey, what are you gonna do?
And I notice he talks to the women a little different than the men. If the women bothers him, he'll be like, they'll ask a question. Let me tell you, he's the king of not letting you finish asking a question. He'll cut you off after 3 or 4 words. So make sure you know exactly what you're gonna say. And he'll say to the women, "Okay, you ready? You ready?" And like he'll always. That's how he answers the women every time. Are you ready now? And then he breaks it in. He's like, it's just, oh man.
It is funny though, but you're right. So I mean,
I can't endorse Joe Biden. Jeez.
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe.
Well, wasn't Bernie your pick anyways, Jared? Weren't you a Bernie fan?
Bernie.
Good old communist Bernie.
No.
God, socialist.
Bernie.
Man, I don't know. It's crazy. Who knows? I mean, hopefully we get out of it soon, and the administration becomes like the hero, and they just reelect them and just move on. I just want to see football
and then
not be interrupted. Come on,
Mike Pence rolls up there, and that dude looks scary. Like the way he never smiles. He's always got like this, like I don't know, like kind of like I'm gonna kill you kind of look.
Well, he's very serious, very religious guy, so that's why he comes off like that, like
Yeah,
so
he looks like Hellraiser.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember what that guy looked like, but
yeah, absolutely, that's funny.
It is funny though. It is a cast of characters with Dr. Fauci. He's becoming a household name now.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Over there, the Como brothers, Fredo. I guess he gets mad when they call him Fredo. It's just a comedy of stuff now. Since there's no sports, I gotta watch now all these news. I'm like, oh my God, dude. I'm glad I was watching sports and never paid attention to this stuff. Now I gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, geez. I mean, when did this happen? But yeah, that's why sports is a great diversion of life. Without sports, man, you'd have to just watch political channels all day, But yeah, it's hopefully we'll be back to normal. I mean, we always say that, but I think every day is closer. I do feel that. I mean, we're not going backward. I mean, so we're inching our way forward. Don't you think, Philly? We're getting there. I think my only concern, I think I told you, Jared, is hopefully the economy snaps back and it's more like a V-shaped recovery versus a U. Like I hope we don't go into a recession. That's the only thing that kind of does scare me, where people are getting so banged out right now that they don't recover mentally, emotionally, everything.
I don't.
That's
tough. I think it's going to be. I think it's hard to go snap all the way back. I think life's changing after this.
Yeah. For sure.
I think the social distancing thing this might be here to stay. Maybe not to the point of you're getting a mask if you go to the doctor's office or whatever, but like the regular handshakes and the hugs and the kisses, whatever. I think that might scale back a little bit. So
yeah, you're right about that. I mean, it definitely. But think about how traumatized we were after 9/11. If you go back to that, we didn't want to fly anything. And then after a couple of years, we got over it. So maybe it'll be the same thing here. But think about that.
Do you think this is worse than 9/11?
Oh yeah, by far, for sure. Yeah, I mean, 9/11 was kind of like getting kicked in the balls, like right away, like bam, and you're like, oh, you go down. This is like you've gotten kicked in the face, the stomach. It's just Mike Tyson just doing body blows on you. You just can't recover yet.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with 9/11 was so shocking. Yeah,
it was. Yeah,
but
it was like fast.
Like, wow, instant. Like, are we going to war?
Yeah.
Are we getting attacked here? Again, that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of questions to be asked. Here, it's just like. Not that everybody wasn't affected, but obviously New York and Washington D.C. were affected way more than like somebody like me in South Carolina. But this has affected everything in my life. This virus. So
absolutely.
Well, it's the whole world. I mean, look at all around the world now. They're saying that a report they're expecting 2 million people in Bangladesh to die. I'm like, what the heck? That's crazy. Wow. I mean, it could be medium hype, but I'm just saying is that we haven't seen the whole cycle of this thing yet. So that's why the vaccine, whoever comes with that vaccine, I'm buying their stock. So I don't know who it is, but man, that's just going to be just it's just, I mean, that's it. The vaccine will be like, wow, and I don't know. I think it's going to be sooner than later. I know they say 18 months, but the way this thing is affecting the whole world, I think they're going to just fast track a lot of stuff, and don't be surprised. I mean, everybody says the conspiracy that Bill Gates already has the vaccine and he's ready to microchip us. So I don't know, but I doubt that.
Yeah, you gotta love the conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many. I mean, that's one thing I have been looking at the conspiracy theories. Like, wow, I go, from Bill Gates, the 5G towers to what else? It just, it's crazy. I'm like, wow.
One of the things that I think is really cool about all this is it looks like entertainment is going to be. I really feel like, okay, the movie theaters might not make it, like the industry.
Yeah.
AMC, I think, they were talking about how they're on the verge of filing for bankruptcy, which is like one of the biggest movie theater chains in the United States. I like the fact that everything's coming like stream. Like if you want a movie, you can stream it into your house, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced VR goggles, but I love them. I mean, and I can't wait for that industry to really develop, like more into. Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever used to watch Star Trek back in the day, but like almost everything that they've done, minus like the spaceships, and it's like come true. Like they, the cell phones and the whatever, like they all had that back then when we were kids. Yeah. And now I'm just waiting for the holodeck to come in, and that would be incredible.
Yeah, it's coming, I'm sure. That's neat.
So, anyway, I guess we've been on here too long. It's a 30-minute video, so I guarantee no one is watching us this far. So
Yeah, exactly. Put that in the archives.
But if you have reached us this far, then thanks for watching, guys. Hit us up in the Discord.
Yes, sir.
Or links in the description. And give us a thumbs up. And,
be safe.
Yeah. It's a sad time
Enjoy,
here.
Guys.
Be safe.
Be safe. And we'll do this again soon. And make sure you hand sanitize and wash your hands. And wear your mask.
Oh, Philly's out of here. He's like, fuck it.
I thought he fell. Like, be safe.
All right, guys. I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, see you later,
guys.
Peace out, guys. Later.